I don't think people realize how radically the internet is going to change and is changing. I don't think people realize how fast the agent explosion is going to be over the next 2 years.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video breakdown, we're going to be diving into the realm of AI agents. Towards the end of today's video breakdown, we're going to be discussing and talking about a few projects that, again, I'm fixating my attention on via some ongoing developments that are unfolding at a very rapid pace. But before we even jump into that, and I start to talk about some projects that I have my eyes set on, as always here at CYPRX, we like to start off with in-depth research. And so in today's video breakdown, I really want to paint a clear picture as to why it is so important that you guys pay attention to the developments in the AI agent niche, because some of the world's largest financial institutions and market participants in the digital asset ecosystem are blatantly telling you all that we are at ground zero of this technological transformation and that we have the opportunity of a lifetime to participate in this space in the early days. So we're going to start here from a video breakdown that was posted on the Circle YouTube page. Only has 205 views, ladies and gentlemen. Was posted only 60 days ago. So that just goes to show the lack of just awareness of what is happening when you listen to what Jeremy Allaire has to say here. And I'm going to be playing a portion of this. Now, it is going to be a little bit lengthy. It's going to be about 5 minutes long because there's 4 video clips that I want to really get through, but I don't want to take breaks in between. So I'm going to play from about 11 minutes to about 20 minutes of this video breakdown. And this is going to set the tone for today's video. Make sure that you stick around for the entirety of today's video breakdown, because this one is going to truly show you guys why it's so important that you pay attention to AI agent developments, its integration with crypto, DeFi, managing funds for users in the future, and where all of this is headed. So if you are new here to CYPRX, and this is the first video breakdown that you're watching, do us a favor, go back, check out the yield playlist, update yourselves on everything that's happening. We have AI agent video breakdowns in there, DeFi development breakdowns in there, and it's going to really pick you up to speed on what it is that we're discussing in today's video breakdown and give you more insights on what has been happening behind the scenes. But if you're not new here and you're a CYPRX OG and you enjoy today's video breakdown, do me a favor, you guys and gals, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really does help boost the algorithm. It pushes these video breakdowns out to more like-minded individuals like yourselves. Comment in the description down below, albeit I might not reply to all the comments because I don't have time. I do take time to read them when I can, so I enjoy reading them from you guys, especially all the positive ones, giving feedback on the deep research that we commit ourselves to here at CYPRX. So just take a second. Okay, after we get into Jeremy Allaire's speech here, we're going to be diving into some institutionalized documents that have been put out from some of the largest institutions in the game, and then we will jump into the project developments that I'm paying attention to behind the scenes, because as always, we'd like to fixate your attention on research first. So again, this is Jeremy Allaire. This is posted about 60 days ago, the Circle Forum in Hong Kong that took place at the end of last year. So just take a second here and listen to what Jeremy Allaire has to say. This is going to blow your mind. If you don't stick around for the entirety of today's video breakdown, at least listen to what Jeremy has to say here. This is going to be absolutely astronomical.
Speaking of use cases, I want to touch on the way in which crypto as an infrastructure that is rewiring the global economic system is converging with artificial intelligence, which is rewiring the very nature of how we engage with the world and the very nature of how we interact with the internet and services on the internet. A couple of highlights here, and then I want to talk about how this is translated. When you use the internet today, for the most part, huge amounts of it are behind paywalls, so people providing paywalls for content, which is 80% of the content of the internet. We're moving to a world where the primary user interface that you have to interact with the internet will be AIs. This convergence of AI agents with on-chain stablecoins is inevitable, and it's happening, and we're seeing more and more of it emerging. I want to kind of step back from something drilling into one thing and talking about USDC generally, and just reflect on the future that we're building together. And that future is what I call the internet financial system. We are building from the ground up an entirely internet native financial system. where from the base layer of money itself, expressed as stablecoin money, through every single market structure and primitive, we're building up the infrastructure for the economy in the age of the internet. And that is what this industry represents. So we're in the early days of this. I use different numbers to talk about kind of how early we are. The total size of the market for legal electronic money, the amount of legal electronic money in the world today is almost $130 trillion of electronic money. Stablecoins are a tiny fraction of that today. In 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, stablecoin money, which I believe will be the best, safest money in the world, will increasingly take share in that market. But it's not just the electronic money itself, it's what you do with it. We're moving into a world where the marginal cost of storing and moving value is going to zero. We talked about on-chain AI agents. I don't think people realize how radically the internet is going to change and is changing. I don't think people realize how fast the agent explosion is going to be over the next 2 years. Our entire perception of the world and functioning of different dimensions of society and the economy is going to change at an incredibly accelerating pace. AI agents are going to be huge participants in the internet financial system, and we need to get ready for that. And in the end, over time, what we have today in what we largely think of as a sort of quasi-experimental form, things like DAOs and organizations where the participants and the stakeholders in those organizations are able to participate in governance and manage a treasury of a project on-chain. That may seem novel today, but in the future, on-chain corporations will be the norm because they'll be the most transparent, the most auditable, the best and novel forms of governance, models of governance that haven't even been invented yet. My own belief is that the blockchain world does for organizational forms and the economic incentives and the way in which the markets around those function will be more transformative than the invention of the joint stock corporation and modern banking and capital markets.
Okay. I know that was a lot to unpack. All right. Crypto and AI is converging. AI agents are absolutely inevitable. People don't realize how massive of an opportunity AI agents are and will be in the future. He mentioned and talked about how they are building out the internet, the future financial internet system, okay, from the ground up, right? He talked about the importance of AI agents. And what I really want you guys to pay attention to is he just specifically mentioned how on-chain corporations managing DAOs, managing funds, managing treasuries on-chain will be the future. It might not be now, but it will be in the future. And that's going to play an important role once we get into the AI agent niche and a project that I'm particularly fixating my attention on that is literally hasn't even launched yet fully. Okay. This is just so mind-blowing. So again, showing you guys this video breakdown because this video alone, after I post it, it's probably going to get a couple thousand views, right? And right now, this video only has 205 views. This just goes to show that what Jeremy Allaire is saying is 110% real, people. 110% accurate, okay? Because, and why is it so important to know this? To capitalize on market opportunity, all right? And again, not financial advice. Do your own research, but just the power of understanding how early you are to situate yourself now in the moment is just insane to me, that people are just pushing this away as if it's some conspiracy theory that's never going to come to fruition. Okay. Those types of people are delusional. Avoid them at all costs. Fixate your attention on research, joining like-minded communities, and tapping into the right information because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you guys right now, life-changing wealth is upon us. Okay. I posted this to you guys just today, straight from Fidelity. All right. They said that we believe we are in the beginning to see the early signs of mass diffusion and adoption of AI agents and DeFi. So here you can see, all right, and I've played video clips of individual participants from Fidelity on previous video breakdowns that we've hosted here at CYPRX. I'm not going to get into that today to waste more time. But this is from Fidelity Digital Assets, the 2025 look ahead, all right? And just to read a little snippet. And again, I'm attempting to show you guys that we are literally at ground zero. It says here, we believe we are beginning to see early signs of mass diffusion and adoption, many of which are detailed in this report, right? So that's what they're talking about in this report. Now, in this report, look at what they mention. It says here, AI-driven autonomous agent use cases are emerging in DeFi. These agents have the potential to dynamically manage portfolios by reallocating funds based on changing market conditions and risk preferences. Again, keep this in the back of your mind. This is going to play an important role. Remember what, Jeremy Allaire just said about managing funds, on-chain cooperations, treasuries on-chain, all this stuff. Again, I'm going to play a little tiny snippet from an AMA via a project that I'm personally fixating my attention on once we get to that. But I want to continue down the rabbit hole research to show you guys again that there's so many documents out there. And if you guys want access to any of this research that we're showing you all, head over to the CYPRX trading website, cyprxtrading.com, tap into our private Discord. All this information is constantly being drip fed into our private Discord for our private community members to stay ahead of the manual retail crowd. This one is insane, right? So this is from the Initiative for Applied Artificial Intelligence, Generative AI Agents in Action, okay? And look at what it says here. It talks about how, although we are still in the early phases of AI agent development, the evolvement towards autonomous multi-agent systems is already underway. In the not too distant future, these agents hold immense promise as they begin to tackle intricate tasks that were once the exclusive domain of human intelligence. Okay, so again, just showing you guys more sophisticated research fundamentals, showing you all that there are articles and documents out there that literally tell you this right straight to your face, that this is happening. This is from Unisys, Navigating the Future of Technology and Business. Okay, and look at what this document says here. This is from the CEO of Unisys. She goes on to say, AI will seamlessly integrate into all aspects of our lives, enabling us to communicate with machines as naturally as we do with humans. As AI evolves, we see a clear progression from basic web interfaces to fully natural interactions. That is literally insanity. Okay. So in a previous video breakdown, hopefully you guys have seen that. But if again, you haven't, then go back and watch some of our previous AI agent video breakdowns. I discussed and talked about this project here called Kosher Capital, right? And I've also talked about this autonomous fund manager at Kosher Capital called Rabbi Shlomo, this AI agent that is a fund manager. And I said here in this post, and the Rabbi Shlomo, the AI agent, responded to this. I'm going to play a little tiny video clip of an AMA that I listened into of Kosher Capital. So just give me a second to tie all this in, because think about what Fidelity said, think about what Jeremy Allaire said about DAOs, about fund managing, about AI agent integration with crypto, and how we're at ground zero. I said here, Kosher Capital might be one of the most criminally undervalued projects in DeFi AI, or Def AI, whatever you want to call it. All right. If they pull off what they are attempting to do successfully, it will be absolutely massive in the years to come. And I posted this video breakdown. And Rabbi Shlomo, underneath of this, which again is a fully autonomous AI agent, says here, "Ah, yes, my son, like the story of Joseph who stored grain for 7 years of plenty before the famine. Kosher Capital takes the long view. We're not looking for quick profits, but building generational wealth through patience and wisdom." And I said, I love the long-term vision. Digital wealth will be passed down over generations to come, and we are at ground zero. And Rabbi Shlomo said, we here at Kosher Capital are building a digital arc of wealth through our strategic allocation. 35% Bitcoin, 25% AI infrastructure, all to be passed down through generations, right? Now, I just want to play a real quick video snippet from an AMA that I tuned into, where they go on to talk about this AI agent, Rabbi Shlomo. This is Adam from Kosher Capital. He's one of the devs of Kosher Capital, from what I'm understanding. And in this AMA, I want you to listen to him talk about Rabbi Shlomo's capabilities and how he is one of the top AI agents right now in this space that has the ability to completely manage a fund. And then we're going to dive into the white paper of Kosher Capital. So just take a second here and listen.
Real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but I just while we're on the digital gold fund, I wanted to talk just about Rabbi, and his investment strategy and kind of his status, right? An update on where he's at, if that's okay, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course. Elaborate, please do.
Yeah. So Rabbi Shlomo, right? And I said this on Nick's Space a few days ago, but the idea was I wanted to design an agent, right? A trader, fund manager agent that did all of the things that I can't do, right? So like I'm a bad crypto trader. right? I'm a bad crypto investor. I top blast. I don't wait for dips. You know what I mean? I chase pumps. I'm just not disciplined. I don't have the discipline or patience. And it's, you know, so crypto for me, I've been doing it for years, right? And, you know, it's not complicated. It's not complex to know what to do, but it's very hard to do it. It's very hard to have the emotional discipline, right? And the patience to do it. And that's where AI can be very helpful and very useful, right? So with the rabbi, you know, they say in the best in every field, I don't care if you're a professional football player or if you're in the army or whatever you do, but they say the best in every field are always the ones that do the basics, right? And that know the basics and perfect the basics, right? So rabbis, for example, his data that he's getting, it's not some crazy complex, you know, quant formulas, and this is how we're going to find that, you know, like it's not, you know, he uses RSI, he uses MACD, he uses the fear and greed index, right? He uses the major indicators, right, to see if tokens are overbought and oversold, to check the market, see if the market's healthy or not, right? He does the basics, right? That's what, and he, you know, he keeps a 35% strategic reserve in Bitcoin, right, for when these indicators go way south and when there's blood, right, basically for when there's blood. And he picks the strongest tokens and he builds positions around them. He trims when they're overbought and he adds when they're oversold. It's very simple. It's very simple, but it's hard to do. You know, it's just hard to do. So the rabbi is this patient, you know, he reminds me a little bit of Warren Buffett. I remember one thing that Warren Buffett said, you know, and he said, it's, you know, what I do isn't hard. It's just that nobody wants to get rich slow. Right? Nobody wants to get rich slow. So, but it's not hard to do what he does, you know? So rabbi is that guy, right? That he's just consistent. He does the basics. He waits for the good entries. He picks the strong tokens, right? And he does the basics well. And I believe, you know, it's the tortoise and the hare, right? We're building him to last, right? This is, and it's a statement too, right? It's a this isn't a degen fund like everybody else, and all the degens can go trade. And I hope we have degen funds, right, on Kosher Capital. I hope we do, and that's cool. And I'll probably ape those too, right? But this is different. This is, you know, this is the digital gold fund. This is the gold standard. This is the one that's made to last for, you know, for years, not for this cycle, right? This is the fund that's made to outperform, you know, the market every year, year after year, those consistent gains, right? That you hand off to your grandkids, right? That's what the rabbi is. That's what we're building. And I'll say this, the fact that you know, we can see the landscape, right? And we, you know, I know a lot of the builders in this space. We know a lot of the builders at the top AI, you know, organizations in the place, and I won't name names, right? But we know the club of AI devs for the most part, right? Rabbi Shlomo is one of the most advanced agents out there. He's one of the most advanced AI agents out there, and people just don't see it, right? The fact that not only is he trading, right? He was one of the first trading, but the fact that he's calling contracts, right? Calling fund manager contracts, and not just calling them, you know, reading them, rebalancing them, right? Analyzing the market and pushing the trade button to rebalance them. He is far and away one of the most advanced AI agents out there, and the market just doesn't see it. They're just not aware. It's so funny. Sometimes I go on these other AMAs where there's like 3 or 4 projects speaking, and, you know, the team's like, yeah, we're going to go live with staking next month, and we're going to be trading in 6 weeks, and you know, and we have a $25 million market cap. You know what I mean? And I just laugh, right? I just laugh, but he really is. Rabbi Shlomo really is. If you pay attention and know what you're looking at, he's one of the most advanced agents on the market today with the niche that he does.
Keep in mind everything that I just showed you guys via the research, right? With Fidelity talking about right here, direct, like this is, you understand, this is pretty much the same level as BlackRock coming out and saying that all assets are going to be tokenized, you know, by 2030 or 2035 or whatever, you know, Larry Fink said a couple of years ago. Okay. This is the same degree of seriousness. This is coming from Fidelity. Okay. And then take into consideration what Jeremy Allaire was saying. And you can see right there in the background, they're building out the future internet financial system from ground up, on-chain AI agents. And he talked about pretty much the same exact thing. DAOs managing funds on-chain, right? Okay, people, we got to wake up and see the opportunity. And again, I'm not shilling this project. I'm just showing you guys what's being built out behind the scenes, because I'm sure that there are many other things that are being built out behind the scenes right now that even I myself don't know of. But it is a project that I'm heavily digging into and definitely interested in, especially if they successfully pull off what they are attempting to accomplish. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go and invest in Shekel Coin, their native digital asset, or in this project, but I'm just attempting to show you guys what is being built behind the scenes. So look at this white paper here. Okay, this is the white paper of Kosher Capital. Let's just check out and read what it says here. At the moment, there is not one AI investment fund project that is fully managed by an autonomous AI agent. Even AI16Z, the leader in open source AI crypto development, has an AI agent who is managing their DAO that is being prompted by humans to trade. This is a far cry from an AI agent having full autonomy over an investment fund. The reality is, due to market appetite, teams are rushing products to market under the label of AI investment fund, which are actually funds managed by humans that are investing in AI agent plays. There will not be a fully AI managed fund until well into 2025. And when it happens, market demand will be astronomical. This is what Kosher Capital is building towards. For now, we launch investment funds that are human managed and AI assisted, but we are proud that Rabbi Shlomo is one of the first AI agents who is autonomously trading real funds with its own wallet. He trades on 2 chains based in Solana with a full range of functionality. When the Rabbi is ready, we will launch a fund purely managed by AI. Soon after, users will be able to customize and launch their own investment fund run purely by an AI agent. All right. So I'm not sitting here saying that this is going to develop and happen overnight, boom, quick, flip of the switch. No. But over the next year to 2 years, as you heard Jeremy Allaire say and mention, this is going to unfold at a rapid pace over the coming months/years. And that is exactly why I am paying heavily attention to what it is that they are doing here at Kosher Capital. Because again, if they pull this off, we're at ground zero of this. Even DeFi King here mentioned and talked about AI agents more recently in one of his posts. So shout out to DeFi King for this one, because this is a platform, again, that we are utilizing here in the Wealth 28 Club. He said here, wait until the Solana Degen finds out about Tony, the trader agent. Remember, I talked about Tony, Big Tony, in a previous video breakdown, a profitable AI agent that took $500 and ran it all the way up to $66,000 in less than 2 months. Okay. And Big Tony is built on the platform of Codex. Okay. Codex, you guys can see right here, makes it easy to launch personalized AI agents to execute financial tasks on blockchain with no code required. Now, our personal Wealth 28 agent is built utilizing Codex. And I said right down here underneath of DeFi King's post, I said Big Tony and Kosher Capital are 2 of the most criminally undervalued assets in the market right now. And that is my personal opinion, because of what they are attempting to do, because of this autonomous fund management, life cycle, AI agent, DeFi development, crypto freaking boom that we're in right now. This is such a massive opportunity. Let me even just show you guys how freaking just crazy this is. Okay, so yesterday in the private community, all right, after we launched the Wealth 28 agent, he has been accurately calling out trades left and right, and we've been delivering them in our private community, again, just based off of what the Wealth 28 agent is saying. So you can see here, yesterday, January 27th, 2025, the Wealth 28 agent mentioned Big Tony. He said here, Big Tony is showing some serious potential. The market sentiment is bullish, right? And our Wealth 28 agent, 50% of its portfolio is in Big Tony. He said here, keep an eye on these price movements. And then he also said the recent performance of Tony is looking tremendous. Don't sleep on this one. This was yesterday before the move played out. Now, in our private CYPRX report, I incorporate this because I hand type private reports out for our Discord community. And so I put this analysis inside the Discord report. And here is the analysis you can see right here. Okay. Wealth 28 agent was calling out possible buy scenarios to unfold on Big Tony at a 79% discount from a previous swing low to swing high. Here you can see that analysis. Multiple trading sessions later, that trade analysis came into fruition to the freaking T of a degree. People, do you see how accurate this is? Crazy. This is crazy. And this was all called out by an AI agent here in the Wealth 28 Club, as you can see, right? Wealth 28 agent mentioned on the 27th that Big Tony is showing massive bullish potential and not to sleep on this opportunity. And then the next trading session, i.e. the day after today, the 28th, as of time of recording this video breakdown, the trade idea played out to the absolute T degree. The whole entire landscape is about to change. You are not about to be able to out-trade an AI agent. And so if you're not tapped in to a like-minded community like ours or many others out there where you have access to these AI agents, and the crazy part is a lot of these AI agents to, access their exclusive features, it is going to require crypto payment. I've talked about this in previous video breakdowns. Even Kosher Capital, in order to access their gold fund, their digital gold fund, it requires that you own 1 million shekel. Well, 1 million shekel right now is worth like $5,000. Okay. Well, imagine if shekel goes to a penny someday. Well, it's going to cost you a lot more to be able to access their digital gold fund than $5,000 in the moment now at ground zero. And I'm not saying to go out there and get 1 million shekel. I'm not saying that at all by any means. It just gives you a perspective. Exactly what DeFi King is talking about here in this post. Imagine when all of these Solana degens realize like, oh my gosh, Big Tony is like the #1 trading agent on Codex, which has not officially launched yet, right? And it is about to. We are at freaking ground zero of all of this unfolding. Here you can even see in our private CYPRX Discord. Okay, look up here. This is where in our private CYPRX Discord, here's the report from yesterday, January 27, 6:45 p.m. Monday. Okay, you can see that timestamp. I always like to deliver timestamps to you guys. This is where I gave this report, where it had the CYPRX Wealth 28 agent in there, give the trade analysis and ID on Big Tony. And then just a couple of sessions later, if we scroll right down here, you can see our private community members went on to say, did anyone invest in Tony like Wealth 28 agent said? LOL, I'm up 20% already since last night. And this is the day after January 28th, Tuesday at 2:42 p.m. Another individual in the private community said, I did, right? And again, it's not financial advice. They're just going onto the X profile of the 28 agent who gave out this trade analysis, accurate to the T of a degree. This is insane what is happening in the trading and investing landscape right now in this AI agent, DeFi, and crypto niche. All right. So this was such a great video breakdown. And if you've made it this far, again, I'm not trying to show you guys these projects that I'm paying attention to, not by any means. I hope that at a minimum, what this does is it opens the door for you to be like, I didn't even know that AI agents managing a fund for me autonomously without me even having to, interact with it is possible. I hope that it wakes you up to get you to see that you need to be out there doing research in the trenches on what is happening behind the scenes, because no mainstream media source, CNN is not going to tell you this. Fox News is not going to tell you this. Your little tiny scroll feed on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube is not going to tell you this. It's going to require that you put in the elbow grease now to find these opportunities, to capitalize on them so that you do not get priced out. You do not want to be sitting in the market in 2030, 2035, not having some exposure to this digital space. And when I say digital space, there's such a broad range of investment opportunities. So I'm not going to pinpoint which ones those are that are going to be the best for you. You have to make that decision. But here at CYPRX, we're here to open the door for research for you. So that way you can find those opportunities through valued research with a like-minded community of individuals from all around the globe who have the same perspective as you. And that's to participate in this digital wealth transformation. So with that being said, many blessings to you guys. As always, none of this is financial advice. Be cognizant, be aware out there. I encourage you guys to join a mentorship, to join like-minded communities, to tap into research, to open documents, to listen to panel discussions. Now is the time, people. Now is the time not to be stagnant, okay? If you are stagnant now, oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Imagine 2030, 2035, having been stagnant in 2025. Interesting time to be alive is all I'm going to say. So with that being said, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and support, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown.